Storms Tech Channel here. Today I've been reviewed by Verizon. So I'm on funnywinder.com here, and it says that Verizon might be reviving an iconic brand from one of Moto's 2026 Razr Foldable. So this is pretty cool. It says that the upcoming Moto Razr 70 Ultra could carry a much simpler and historic Droid Razr name on Big Red. So as of right now, this is just rumors at this point in time. So who knows if this will be actually be a thing or not. So keep us as a grain of salt that this is just a rumor for now, so we'll have to wait and see what happens. So to keep it in mind, so that this is what the Ford Razr 2026 should look like. It's a red one. This pinkish color looks very nice in my opinion. So it's a similar to the Razr Ultra 2025, so pretty interesting there. Says they're following about a dozen high quality and high confidence leaks over the last few weeks. You're probably quite familiar with the designs and some of the key specs of the impending Razr 70 and Razr 70 Ultra foldables. Okay? But there's another member of Moto's Razr's 2026 family you should start paying attention to. And we're not talking about the Razr 70 Plus model that's keeping a curiously low profile in the rumor mill after a single vague report around a month and a half ago. Instead, Verizon is apparently hard at work on a carrier-specific Droid Razr variant. And if that moniker rings a bell, congratulations, you're old as fuck. So, can we see a Droid branded Razr this year? Who knows? Familiar name. Even more familiar design for those of you who need a quick smartphone history lesson or simply to refresh their memory after more than 15 years. The Droid line was inaugurated on America's largest mobile network way back in 2009, welcoming the first Droid Razr model a couple of years later. That spawned a Droid Razr Max sequel in 2012. Then a Droid Razr M, Droid Razr HD, and Droid Razr HD Max later the same year. So they had 4 Droid phones. Well, they had 5 Droid phones in 2012 that were released on Verizon. Droid branded small exclusive smartphones for Verizon in 2012. Evidently, these products were not as successful as Verizon and Motorola anticipated, adding new members to the handset roster after 2012. The last Droid branded devices were released in 2016, 10 years ago now. So it's been a decade now. But just as the Motorola Razr name was bought back from the dead in 2019 with the Moto Razr, that was Motorola's first foldable phone was the Razr back in 2019, an iconic brand. So, yeah, they bought that back in 2019. It says it appears that a modernized Droid Razr edition could be unveiled soon, but they're virtually identical design to last year's Razr Ultra. The 2025 ultra high-end foldable is available on Verizon under the Motorola Razr Ultra name, obviously, so easy to find on Verizon if you guys want to get that phone. Mind you, and one of its color options look particularly indistinguishable from the paint job leaked by Evan Blass on X. So that's probably the pink color that's shown at the beginning of the article here. Could the Droid Razr 2026 be different from the Could the Droid Razr 2026 be different from the Razr 70 Ultra in any way? Despite the obvious similarities of the Pantone Cabaret hue, I'm probably pronouncing that C word wrong, but it's like a pinkish color. The person who wrote this article says that they're holding out hope that the reborn Droid Razr will offer something to justify that exciting moniker. Maybe a red version, but we shall see. That would be pretty cool. Or a black version with the red accents or whatever. It's not that It's not the international Droid. It's not the international Razr 70 Ultra is unexciting based on the information revealed to date by a number of trustworthy insiders. But the original Droid Razr, for instance, was the thinnest smartphone in the world back in 2011, measuring 7.1 millimeters thick. Thin, I should say. So it was thin as hell. So yeah, the Droid Razr was the thinnest phone 15 years ago. It was 7.1 millimeters thin, I should say. So it was really thin back then, and that phone was like thin as hell. It was like really thin. Says it would really be weird to follow that up with a modern flip phone measuring around 7.2 millimeters in thickness when unfolded, which is not that great by 2026 foldable standards, and their weapon's 15.7 millimeters or so in its folded form. But weirder things have happened in the mobile industry over the last couple of years, including Motorola's incredible rise in the market segment still dominated by Samsung. When shall we respect a release? That, my friends and dear readers, is the $1,000,000 question. The person who also wrote this article says that they hope that Evan Blass would be kind enough to answer that question before long. But for the time being, it has to be highlighted that the legendary leaker hasn't technically confirmed the Droid Razr is a real thing that's coming soon. So, although highly unlikely, the short video shared on X could still be some sort of concept not representative of a commercial product. So, who knows if this thing is coming out, and this is just a rumor at this point in time, so do keep it in mind. There is the Razr 70 Ultra. I'm guessing pretty sure that's what this phone is, the Razr 70 Ultra. Very nice. It says of course it's way more likely that Motorola will unveil the Razr 70, Razr 70 Plus, and Razr 70 Ultra in markets like Europe and India in just a couple of weeks or so, closely followed by the Razr 2026. Razr Plus 2026 and the Razr Ultra 2026 announcements for the US, as well as this Verizon-Exclusive Droid Razr 2026 launch. But that last one is a rumor at this point in time, so do keep it in mind. It says here that sounds like a busy time ahead for the number 2 foldable vendor stateside, and they haven't even mentioned the non-foldable Moto Edge 70 Pro, Moto Edge 70 Pro Plus, Moto Edge 70 Pro Lite mid-range. Also supposed to come out soon. So Motorola's gonna have a lot of phones released or coming out very soon. So pretty cool there. So yeah. So basically guys, can we see a revival of the Droid brand on Verizon? It's possible at this point in time. It's just a rumor, so do keep it in mind. This is just leaks and stuff like that at this point in time, so do keep it in mind. But would you guys like to see a Droid branded Razr phone come back to Verizon? Would you guys get one if it came to Verizon? Would you guys get a Droid phone in 2026 on Verizon? Would you guys get a Razr phone with the Droid name on Verizon in 2026? Did you guys have a Moto Droid back in the day? Did you guys have one of those phones back in the day? Yeah, this would be pretty cool if this is indeed a reality, because this would be very iconic for Verizon. They would be reviving an iconic brand for the carrier, so we will have to wait and see what happens with this. So as of right now, this is just a rumor, so keep it in mind. So yeah, so if you guys enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up, guys. It was my whole lot. Please rate, comment, subscribe. Thank you very much for watching my video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.